Welcome to the podcast. The amazing Tom Gleeson is coming up very soon.
He sure is. I walked 5 kilometres in a very unusual location.
Melanie Bracewell, Brownie.
I love Mel Bracewell.
She
fun,
popped
mate.
in, but
She's
the hero of the show.
She's a lot taller than you too, Sam.
She is.
Well spotted.
Even with big names like Mel Bracewell and Tom Gleeson, the hero of the show is a guy from WA.
Oh, man.
That Brownie's introduced us to.
He's not just a guy, Swanee. He's a stockman.
He's a stockman, a young stockman. Enjoy the podcast.
Chrissy, Sam and Brownie.
The podcast.
Well, hello, Melbourne. Hello, John. Hello, Dean.
Hello.
Good morning. Dino went to Perth, so he missed Friday night, Christine Swan, where we had our darling Polly's 40th.
Yes.
Who works here. She's the Queen of Nova.
She's the best.
Full name, please, because it's one of the strongest names.
Polly Goodchild.
It's one of the great names.
Could be a porn star
Could be.
with that
Yeah.
name. Anyway, we had a nice night.
We did.
Great time, Swanee. You were there early. We had a bit of fun. The food was awesome. Loved the sausage rolls and various other
Was it a
accompaniments.
12-year-old's birthday party? Love the sausage rolls.
Dairy bread was
Dairy
the
bread
best.
was magnificent.
No crusts, did you notice?
Great.
No crusts. Well, you are right. I was there early, but I also left early.
And you missed out.
Things were getting,
Well, we sort of had a couple of drinks there.
I want to say insufferable, but I won't.
Apparently Jonathan was going to the bar and just looking at the bartender going,
Son of a bitch! Give me a drink! I was actually well behaved. I was engaging in conversation. I was holding court with a few of the friends. Polly's close mate was absolutely poleaxed. So she was 3 sheets to the wind, and that was sort of identified by the bouncers or the security staff.
Oh, God.
Within minutes of Sam walking down the stairs and dropping a plate of drinks.
Sam Pang did.
Yes, he did. He did. So then I then go to the bar next.
Was he very drunk as
No,
well?
he's actually okay, but it was a misstep. Not great on his feet. So then 5 minutes later, I go to the bar and I said, "Yeah, I'll just have a pint of mother's milk." Can't
interrupt.
And the girl goes, "We're gonna have to slow your party down. You're gonna have to have a pot, big fella." Oh, you're kidding! Was it me that dropped those?
there is no more insulting words to Jonathan.
You were cut off.
Oh, you're kidding! She goes, "We're gonna have to slow this whole party down." I go,
Stunning.
Come on.
Do you know what? Good to see.
So effectively, I was getting blamed for the dropping of the
Good
drinks.
to see, though, as disappointed as you would have been
Yeah.
with that tiny little beer in your giant busted hand, that the RSA is working, the responsible serving of
Well, it's
alcohol.
True, Swanee. That wasn't the point of my story, but that's a very good point.
There's always a good girl moral in it.
Chrissy, Sam and Brownie. Ready to put your pool floaties to work?
Start planning the ultimate summer getaway with whatif.com. Find hotels and holiday rentals plus family-friendly resorts.
Just jump on the What If app. What if it's Aussie for travel?
Swanee, fun day yesterday. The fights was on. The rematch was on. Of course, George Ferocious Cambosis from Sydney fought Devin Haney. Now, this was huge a few months ago, remember, Swanee?
Yes.
40-odd thousand at Marvel Stadium. There was a massive build-up. This was a lot quieter. This was the rematch at Rod Laver Arena yesterday. About 10,000 people there. A big turnout. But I was there to carry the flag for my great mates, Jason and Andrew Maloney.
What was their
Twin
involvement?
Twin brothers. They were fighting on the undercard. So Swanee had the great
Against each other?
No, they're in separate divisions.
Oh,
They'll
okay.
never fight each other, Swanee.
Okay, good.
Very humble lads.
Only as kids over the PlayStation.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's all.
From our Croydon way, Swanee. Local lads have done well. Twin brothers, they are on the cusp of being world champions themselves. Would be the first in history ever for twin brothers to hold
Yeah.
world titles. Pretty amazing achievement. And Swanee, the nicest blokes you'll ever met. Little Andy's. So Andy fought first, and I was carrying the flag out. I'll tell you what's the hardest thing about carrying the flag out.
What is?
Which way the Union Jack goes. Because remember, from your vantage point, I'm holding the flag in front of me.
Yeah. Good point.
You can accidentally stuff it up and get it the wrong way around because you think it's the right way. You're looking at it.
That would be a fate worse than death.
Fate worse than death. Imagine walking out on the TV camera, Swanee, and the Union Jack's the wrong
you
way.
would look like a goose.
I would look like a putt.
Yes.
So I remember, because initially it was the Union Jack's in my left hand, but no, the Union Jack had to be my right hand because
It's a claw. It's not a hand, it's a claw.
It's a claw,
Yeah.
absolutely. So just before we went out, Annie's wife Chelsea came out and brought the little bubs, the two little kids out. Little Lucy, 4 weeks old. She had little earmuffs on, Swanee, so she couldn't hear the crowd noise.
Cute.
So cute. So that was nice. Out we went. Annie got the job done. So the victory was there, and then got up in the ring quickly to celebrate with him, Swanee. Bit
Do
of
you
a
have
hug.
shares in them like horses? Or?
No,
Oh,
I
okay.
don't have.
Are these boys your
I'm
horses?
just invested because I've known him for about 10 years.
But are you fiscally invested?
No, I'm not. I'm not
Okay.
fiscally invested. Apart from the fact that I'm now, every time I've carried the flag, Swanee, they're unbeaten. So I'm a gunfire when it comes to the
Yeah.
flag.
Coincidence?
He's a rabbit's foot.
Absolutely. So Andy was doing his little victory lap. I gave him the flag, and then Jason was next up. So I'm getting the call going, we're about to bring Jason out, so I had to run over. I said, Andy, give me the flag back with it. So I run out the back. I lead Jason to victory as well, Swanee, out of the ring. So Jason gets the job done. I'm up and about. We're 2-0, so we're back to the rooms after. Now, a very underrated part of the Rod Laver Arena. So I'm in the dressing rooms with the boys. We're celebrating. The egg sandwiches were, I shit you not, were better than what you would get at a funeral.
Really?
They were cut. They were full.
Hang on.
They were full with mayonnaise
Wait a
mixed
minute.
through it.
Were they better than you get at Crown? Because Crown have the best egg sandwiches I've ever
I
had.
know Annie Peacock may not like this, but I think they were.
What?
I think they were fuller with white bread. The crusts were cut off.
Herb? Is there a herb?
There was a bit of herb in there.
Parsley in there.
And cut with a guillotine.
Come on.
Not the guillotine.
The guillotine was
The
out.
guillotine sandwich.
Guillotine.
The guillotine. So I just wanted to note that the egg sandwiches, Rod Laver Arena. Now maybe you don't get them up in the cafes. Maybe you only get it because I was in the finest
Catering,
dressing rooms.
yes, I
catering,
think
Swanee.
so.
It was unbelievable. The catering may have been from Crown. Who knows, Swanee?
That's a good point.
Who knows? And then the main event, of course, George Ferocious Cambos took on Haney. Haney's a young star. He's the next Floyd Mayweather coming through, so he's hard to hit. Cambos got beaten, but he put up a brave fight, a lot better than last time, so the crowd was right into it,
Great.
Swanee. I loved it. There was a great atmosphere. Big part of the Greek community was there because George has got Greek heritage, of
Can't
course.
tell from his surname, though.
No, he would be
But
hard
he's
to
really flying under the radar.
Yeah, to tell. But the crowd was right into it, and of course, they were right into some of the songs and the chants, including this one. Got to run a few times.
Yep. Oh, yes.
This is good.
I've been to one Greek wedding in my life, and it was the best night of my life.
Mate.
When this comes out, and the old guys who
The
you
shoulders.
think,
Oh yeah.
you think, oh no, they can't even move.
Yeah.
Yes, they can.
They're saving their energy.
Yes, they're low to the ground and they go fast
Mate.
and they're fit as hell.
I know. This was fun as heck because this was pre-fight. This was during the round, Swanee. At the breaks between rounds, the Zorba would start up and
Yes.
get going. It was
The
fantastic.
greatest regret of my life, I wasn't born Greek.
It was fantastic. And, of course, Devin Haney didn't know what to do. And because, with all these chants going around, it was fantastic. And then throughout the fight, the traditional Greek chant of Haney's a wanker.
Oh, yes.
Works every time.
Absolutely.
This is the Chrissy, Sam and Brownie podcast.
Hope you're doing okay. It is Chrissy, Sam and Brownie on Nova 100 at 8 o'clock. A new clue for the $25,000 missing word.
One of the great things you can do at around 8 p.m. is say to your kids, who wants some popcorn?
Yeah.
It's one of the great questions. The answer's always yes. And there's a little surge of joy. Really, unlike any other surge of joy.
It's the buttered one, though. You got to make the buttery one, not sweet one at home. What do you guys go
Well,
for?
here's the thing. I don't use the microwave bags. No offense to Uncle Toby's. It's an excellent product. But I buy the old school red, white and blue packaging popping corn from Riviana. Right on. It's the only way to do it. And you get I've got a big specific popcorn pot and I put in the oil and I pop it. And it makes that exciting sound, pop, pop, pop. Mm-hmm. And it smells amazing. And then while it's popping...
Just oil goes in or do you
Just
have to put
oil
butter as
and a
well?
little bit of salt.
Okay.
Oil and a bit of salt. And then it cooks like that.
Yes.
And then while that's happening, I microwave the butter and I melt it. And then it all comes together and I pour it on and I toss it
it
with my
up.
fingers.
Right.
And then we've got special superhero popcorn tubs.
Have you?
Yes. So, and we only use them for that. It's a sense of ceremony.
Yeah.
They're not fancy. They were $1 from the supermarket, but my kids still fight over who's going to get the Hulk. Right? There's Hulk, Captain America, and Spider-Man, and nobody ever wants Captain America. And I asked them finally, I'm like, why doesn't anyone want Captain America? And Leo goes, because he's the shittest superhero. He's just a normal guy with money. He's got no superpowers.
He's the shittest. He does, though. Captain America has superhuman strength.
Does he, though?
Yes.
And he's cashed up.
He's cashed
Yeah,
out.
that's right.
Then we had a really good conversation about superhero powers, and then he goes, but the same can be said, to be fair, the same can be said about Batman.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
that's a
Anyway,
good
it was a
point.
really good discussion. But I love popcorn, and I particularly love that popcorn for the entire ceremony of it. And I posted on Instagram because some people need to know that you don't need to go with the microwave one. You've got to just have the original one that we've been enjoying since the 60s, right? And Michelle contacted me and she said, please be careful. I had to go to emergency department because I got an unpopped kernel stuck in my throat.
An unpopped kernel.
Yes. So let's open the emergency room.
I need 6,000 cc's of content. Stat! Nurse! Quick! It's Chrissy Salmon Brownie's emergency room.
When has an innocent foodstuff tried to kill you?
Yeah,
What
it's
is
a
it?
good point. You can see that getting caught up there. Sometimes you get a bit of rice stuck up there.
Absolutely. But you've never had to go to the emergency
No.
room. Can you imagine?
You just honk it out.
You know, Mama Cass, allegedly, I don't know whether this is true or not, Mama Cass from the Mamas and the Papas died on a ham sandwich.
Yeah, is that one real?
Is that true?
Might be a myth. We might have to Google it.
Isn't this more annoying than a medical emergency? It's tiny, right? A popcorn.
Yeah.
It's a popcorn. And how could it get stuck there? But it did.
And the Heimlich manoeuvre wouldn't help.
No, it wouldn't. Michelle, it happened to her. 13 24 10, when does an innocent foodstuff try to kill you?
Let's go.
Loretta from Shepherd and Loretta.
What a name.
Loretta, are you there?
Yes, how are you?
Calling from Shep. How's Shep today?
Yeah, well, flooded.
Oh, is it?
That's probably how you'd sum it up. Yeah, very flooded.
How's everyone's spirits there?
Oh, look, pretty good. Yep, pretty good.
Loretta,
Yeah.
have you ever seen anything like this in your time living in Shep?
Back in 1993, we weren't far off the water coming in, but the water's been redirected this time. So back in 1993, but nothing as bad as this. No.
Wow, man.
You have the sandbags out, Loretta?
No, we haven't got the sandbags out yet, but we've been doing a lot of pumping out, the water. Yeah, we're lucky we've got a pump to pump water out.
God, well, thanks for taking time off saving your belongings to talk to us about when an innocent foodstuff has nearly killed you, Loretta. What happened to you?
Well, I went out one night and had some fish, and I incidentally got a fish bone caught in my throat, but I didn't realise because until the next day my voice had changed, and I thought, gee, that's a bit weird, my voice has changed. And then as the day proceeded, my voice just got worse, and someone said, and I sort of had a little bit of a difficulty to swallow, but no big deal. And I was at work, and they said, well, maybe you better go for an X-ray. So I went round for an X-ray, and the next thing they're ringing me and sending me straight to theatre.
Maybe you got a fish bone stuck in
So
your
I had to
throat.
go to theatre and have it removed. Yeah.
So how did your voice change? Was it pushing on your vocal cords?
Yeah.
So was it higher or lower?
Oh, it was sort of, just sort of mid-throat. Yeah.
No. Your the pitch of your voice. Did it sound
Oh,
higher or lower?
no, a lot lower. Yeah.
Wow, I had
There you
no
go.
idea.
How
this
big was the
possible.
fish bone, Loretta?
Oh, I didn't ask. I was just glad he got it out.
Oh, I would have kept it.
Yes.
I would have bagged it up and
Put it
brought
on a
home.
necklace and-
Absolutely.
I had a lot higher pitched voice until I had a fish bone caught in my throat about 15 years ago.
Mate, young Brownie sounded like someone was constantly gripping his testicles.
And they were. They probably were.
Yeah, probably lethal.
Yeah,
Who knows?
yeah.
Loretta, I hope you win the 10K today with everything you guys are going through in Shep. Much love. We'll give you 6 bottles of Zonzo Estate wine as well. Thanks for calling up, Loretta.
Oh, thank you. Thanks very much. You take care.
Pleasure. Nicole in Carrum Downs, what do you got for us?
Good morning. I used to work as an emergency department nurse, and we've had people come in with grapes stuck in their throat or even some lovely steak.
Really?
Yeah.
So grapes and steak are the big ones.
Yeah. It was medium rare. We did ask them. Very important question.
So what was it a big bit that got stuck, or what? Like, how do you get? I don't understand how you can get steak if you don't masticate it.
Yeah, it was just a normal bit of steak, a mouthful of steak, and it got stuck, and it was partially obstructed. So they had like this really husky voice, and we had to, they weren't choking life or death at that moment, but we had to give medication called glucagon to relax the throat to try and help it ease.
What's that fun word? Say that fun word again.
Glucagon?
Great word.
Glucagon.
Welcome to
the
the
other
show.
gong, Mittagong, Wollongong, and glucagon.
Mastigate and glucagon in one story? Are you kidding me?
Now, grapes. This is an important community service announcement as well, because little kids can choke on grapes. So
Yes.
I would, when my kids were little, I have to cut them into 4, because if you imagine a whole grape is exactly the same
plug
sort of width as a windpipe. Bang.
Yeah. Even dangerous for adults.
Even dangerous.
Someone was
for adults.
choking Nicole with the best manoeuvre to go for the Heimlich manoeuvre or to go for the pen. Maybe go for the homemade tracheotomy.
It depends how obstructed their airway is.
Okay.
Brownie goes straight for the tracheotomy every time, and everyone's like, no, Heimlich first.
That's why I never want to go out for lunch with him and be choking, because he'd be sharpening up his biro.
I'll be sharpening up the diplomat. Of course, the fountain
Nicole,
pen.
you're off to The Woman King starring Viola Davis. The Woman King starring Viola Davis in cinemas October 27.
Chrissy, Sam and Brownie.
The podcast.
Morning, Melbourne, and fresh from a weekend sandbagging his back deck. Sam Pang.
Good morning, Melbourne. Wonderful to be here, and lovely to see you all.
Did you come out of these floods and stuff unscathed? All of us have. We've been lucky.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
no, I don't. The areas that seem to be affected. I don't know if you're aware of this. I don't live in Shepparton. It's funny, the day. I don't live in Rochester and Mooroopna.
There was an evacuation order for places as close
Maribyrnong.
as Footscray and
I did the Maribyrnong.
Kialba.
I did see some news items where some national news reporters were struggling with the word Maribyrnong.
Were they?
Oh yeah.
Were
Well,
they?
if you've never
Phenomenon.
yes, it was like phenomenon. If you'd never-
Maribyrnong.
Yeah, if you'd never seen it before and you're from Sydney or you're up there,
Yeah.
that's a tough one. I wonder how they say that. Now, of course, second nature to us,
yeah,
but yeah, they struggle with
the
that.
mighty Maribyrnong.
Yeah,
if
no,
you
it's
will.
tough. I'm sure we all our thoughts are with everyone. Who's
Absolutely.
struggling
We
today.
spoke to Loretta from Shep, who's been pumping all weekend.
Still with Shaz. Still high spirits, Loretta.
Pumping
Well, you got to
pumping
pass
water.
the time. Yeah, that's okay. Cool.
You sure do.
Clarify that.
Now, you're in front of Sam. Do you want to tear him a new one for...
Oh, Sam.
What's the
No
matter?
wonder you were out the back in the spaghetti tree. No wonder you're a dish pig, because no one would have trusted you with a tray of drinks. Because,
What's your version of events?
Mate, unsteady on your feet on Friday night. You caused us to get virtually cut off, by just, mate, stumbling down the steps and dropping drinks.
Yeah.
And then after that, I go to the bar, within moments, I go to the bar and order a pint. And they said, look, we're going to have to slow your party down. There's just been a tray of drinks that have gone over. You can only have a pot instead of a pint. I go, do I look like Sam Pang? I put you in. I was happy to throw you under the bus.
So what is that your version of events?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, firstly, by the way, a wonderful decision by that bar staff to just start limiting your intake.
Right, yeah.
Because, you shouldn't drink that. You know what? It should be pots and it should be lights from you from now on.
It should
Someone
be
had to say-
ponies.
Should be
Mate,
ponies.
I was on my third pint.
All right, Sam,
Mate, I
what's
was on the
your,
warm-up
Swanee,
lap.
what's your
Swanee.
version of events?
My version of events is this is early in the night. I am not, and I had a
Well,
very.
it's not that
responsible-
early because I wasn't there.
What are you talking about? You left about 7 o'clock.
No, I left at 9.
9. Well, there you go.
I did 3 hours.
All right, at 1 minute past 9 then. So I'm down there. I got a tray. I
How
ordered
many drinks on the tray?
There was about 5 or 6 drinks, right? So I thought, you know what I'll do? By the way, I've done the nice thing. I've bought drinks.
I know.
You mean?
What
Not
a
like you,
waste.
by the way. Once again, forgot his wallet. Hasn't touched.
Oh, did ya?
Hasn't touched currency in 20 years.
No wonder when I attempted to buy a drink, they wouldn't give me what I wanted.
It's funny. And then I'm walking down these stairs, right? It's the stairs at a party. That's
They were
great.
irregular stairs too, by the way.
Thank you, Christy. And
What was
Yeah,
the
it was.
regular about them?
it was more a ramp.
It was like one that they were different heights.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, right, that's funny. I didn't have many problems with them when I went up and down them.
Yeah, well,
But anyway.
when you're holding a pot, it's different, mate. You know what I mean? I had some drinks for people. And so I'm going down these things, concentrating.
Yeah.
And then Jack Charles turned around and he yelled at me.
Yo.
Yo, whatever.
You got scared.
You know what? I ignored him the first time, but he went back, right? And then I turned around, and it just got a bit wobbly because there was the champagne. They weren't all. It wasn't just
champagne.
It was uneven. Yeah. So I lost 5. No, I lost 2 of them out of 6. That's not bad.
It's not bad.
Isn't it?
No, well, not that we were getting cut off after that.
Look,
Hey, we were all copying and Polly, not long after that, went home. The party really died after that.
You killed the party?
You killed the party.
I'm not going to lie. Other than you getting cut off, it's not a great anecdote. But
Sam the party killer.
Ever wondered what happens in the studio? Check out Chrissy, Sam and Brownie on Instagram.
This is what happened over the weekend. News, sport, drama, and
Dropping
entertainment. It's the weekend that was with Sam and Bang.
Hey, Samuel.
is that my legacy?
Yeah.
That's what you're going to remember me by, John?
Yes.
I dropped 2 drinks on a tray of 7, and now we're up,
No, I thought you were good. I thought you were good on your feet, but obviously not. That explains why the spaghetti tree never trusted you with a drinks tray.
I got a quick one off the top. Ash Gardner not here today?
No, unwell.
Unwell. Oh, yeah, really? Interesting that she is unwell today, but more than fine to be in the social pages on the weekend. Ash Gardner at the Yarra Botanica Native Gin launch.
Oh, yes.
Jeez.
There you go.
When
And
was
then
that? What night was that? Saturday night.
Saturday night, and she has not been seen since.
Interesting.
So there you go.
Very interesting.
So not a,
And she's
mate,
out Friday night as well.
I mean, as Paul Kelly says, how many tears in a bottle of gin?
how many? Lots for Gardner.
Lots.
Even without the bottle of gin, there's a lot of sadness there anyway. But what I'm saying is you can't be in the social page on the weekend and then not at work on Monday.
Very sus.
Met her boyfriend for the first time Friday night too.
Did
Oh
you?
yes,
Christian.
yes.
Strapping young man.
Fit. He just
Strapping
look.
young
I just how fit are you? And he just went down and did 10 push-ups for me. I go, wait, no, good on you, mate.
Brownie threatened him. He put him in a headlock and said, "You treat her right, mate."
Did you do
If
that?
he had a... If
No, I didn't say
Is
that.
his name Christian?
Yes.
He's
Christian.
a very handsome fellow and nice, but if he had a podcast, it would be called Marathon Chat.
Yes.
Hey, this caught my eye. We don't do much international politics, but you know, Liz Truss is the UK Prime Minister at the moment.
She's under pressure.
I say at the moment because she's under pressure. If you're under pressure, I thought you just took over from Boris Johnson. Right, so Swanee, she's in the fight. She's fighting for her career and she's fighting for her position
Already?
this early. I only mention this right because she's just sacked her treasurer, what they call the chancellor over there. But like I said, it feels as though she just took over from Boris Johnson.
Was she voted in or was she just the next best person? Do
I
you know
think
what I mean?
no, I think there was a vote. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure I saw her involved in a debate and putting her case forward to be the next leader of that party. I only mention it because this is how tentative things are.
Right.
Tenuous, sorry. This is how tenuous things are at the moment. There is a British newspaper has started a live stream on YouTube of Liz Truss's photo next to a lettuce to see which one lasts longer.
You're kidding.
That's the greatest thing.
Question is the lettuce in the fridge because they do last a long
Where
time
is the
in
lettuce?
the fridge.
Or on the dock?
No,
Great
it's
question.
next to the photo, so it's
And it's
not in the fridge.
outside.
No, it's outside.
Right.
But it doesn't matter. I know that conditions may not seem perfect for that lettuce, but it still may win.
It's
You know what I mean? Things are
still
very
may.
tenuous there. The other thing I wanted to mention, this is the big one for me.
That's good.
I could not wait. I can't believe I got derailed with your stupid dropping drinks tray chat. I wanted to lead with this.
Stupid.
I wanted to lead with this. Liam Neeson is set to step back in to the shoes of the late Leslie Nielsen in a reboot of The Naked Gun.
What?
I'm sorry, Swanee, I should have rung you. I should have rung you yesterday when I found this out. We should have FaceTime or whatever.
This is big.
I tell you,
This is big.
it's exciting. Go ahead and get Naked Gun.
Oh, my
Do yourself a favour, watch it today. I've enjoyed it so much the last couple of weeks because my young fella,
really?
Jack, plays baseball. And now, we get down here, we play catch in the backyard and he throws the baseball and I pretend I'm the umpire. And I do a bit of Leslie Nielsen because, of course, in Naked Gun, he impersonated a baseball umpire.
Yeah.
Strike one. Yes.
And then,
Oh, the echo as well.
Oh, wow, he does everything.
So I do the echo, Jack the other.
how does Jack like that? Does he
Jack
respond?
goes, Dad, what are you doing?
Dad, what are you doing?
I go,
Yeah.
mate, Naked Gun.
Hey, by the
Just
way,
there.
for your stand-up tour, this is not bad intro music. Sam Pan.
Hey, mate,
Brother.
you might be,
There's definitely nipple pasties
That's not bad.
involved.
you might be onto something there because I need something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kicks off on Friday in Canberra. I need walk-on music.
I'm so proud and excited.
Hey, so the original Naked Gun trilogy, the slapstick
Comedy.
crime parody created by the Zucker brothers and starring Leslie Nielsen as Lieutenant Frank Drebin. It's just, mate, Leslie Nielsen has said this because there's been rumours that Liam Neeson, 70. By the way, Liam Neeson's 70.
Yeah, he's still in good nick.
Yeah, he was attached. The rumours that he was attached to the project began when he mentioned he was in talks with Seth MacFarlane, who will produce the film. Really? Yes.
Wow.
It's either going to finish my career or bring it in another direction. I honestly don't know. Neeson, it's gonna change you, mate. It's going to change your life.
Absolutely is. I don't want to rain on the parade because we're really enjoying this and we're really excited about Naked Gun coming back, aren't we?
Oh, mate.
Actually, I want to.
Sorry. The twirlers.
Is Liam Neeson the right choice?
We'll find out.
He's a bit stiff.
Leslie Nielsen was an unlikely choice at the time. He was quite a dramatic actor before he took
was.
this role.
Really?
Yeah, but can I just, I spoke to Mount today because I said, oh, can I have the Naked Gun music? He says, we've got plenty of Naked Gun stuff. I said, what have we played? What have we played? Well, I forgot that this is a wonderful scene with Leslie Nielsen about, he might have played this when he died. Do you remember this?
I don't want any more trouble like you had last year on the South Side. Understand?
When I see 5 weirdos dressed in togas stabbing a guy in the middle of the park in full view of 100 people, I shoot the bastards. That's my policy.
That was a Shakespeare in the Park production of Julius Caesar, you moron. You killed 5 actors.
It's magnificent.
Unbelievable.
I've got one more question, though,
do you
about
got?
the cast.
Yeah.
Will O.J. Simpson be back?
Fingers
I
crossed.
don't know. I think he's still looking for the killer of his. Anyway, I don't think he'll be back, but he's available. Hey, can I play one thing? An underrated part of
Absolutely.
that is the relationship between Frank Drebin and his boss Ed.
I'm glad you could make it, Frank. I got here as quick as I could, Ed. Oh, congratulations. I understand that Edna's pregnant again. Yes, and if I catch the guy who did it...
Mate, it's 90 minutes of just bang, bang, bang.
This is the Chrissy, Sam and Brownie podcast.
A gorgeous weekend. Left Polly Goodchild's 40th quite early on Friday. Got an early night. Had a sleep in and a coffee in bed in the morning, which was lovely. And then I came home from Polly's party and I put on 2 lamb shoulders that night on 100 because I was entertaining the great Sheldon Riley, star of Eurovision and Masked Singer and America's Got Talent.
He's in here last week, wasn't he?
He was.
Yes.
And I'd promised him a lamb shoulder and Saturday was the day it happened and it was just heaven. I'm going to try and get him on the show tomorrow so that you can have an insight into what having a lamb shoulder with my kids is like. But the absolute highlight of my weekend was cleaning my room. Now, there is a very singular joy about going through all the cupboards in your bathroom, all the cupboards in your wardrobe, and clearing stuff out. I had a chuck, I had a donate, I even went through my books, which had grown and grown and grown and grown. I find it very hard to throw books away.
They're in a cupboard in your bedroom.
They're on a shelf, yeah. I've got a couple of shelves. I've got one shelf to go through with the books, but I'll put some aside for you. And I have found someone that will come and pick them up to resell them. They're all really good, right?
Have you got Jonathan Brown's Life and Football?
Good read.
That collection?
Good read.
I have a whole shelf of that and I've kept it.
Fantastic.
I'm
got
not
a-
donating those.
I've got a whole garage of it, but I'm keeping it, mate. I mean, it's good.
Yeah. Well, why would we?
Sure, it's a fire hazard, but it doesn't matter.
Good kindling.
I'll be found under a stack of them, dead.
But can I tell you, I wear my Fitbit all the time and it got later in the day and I'd been working. I'm running up and down stairs. Yes, I have a second story.
Someone's doing well.
Whoa.
Running up and down stairs and throwing stuff out.
Oh, your elevator's buggered at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. No, it works, but I've lost the lift operator.
Gotcha.
He's having a holiday, so I don't use it unless he opens the door for me. Anyway, I always have my Fitbit on, and it was getting later in the day, and I thought, oh, God, am I going to get my mental health walk in? I might not. I'm running out of time. Anyway, I looked at the thing. I had walked 5 kilometres in my bedroom.
Up and down stairs and around your bedroom.
Yep.
No, basically from the front door to the back door. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not Brownie, Sam. No,
That's a lot.
I had
West
clocked
swing to the east swing and back again.
5 kilometres just in my bedroom. On time lapse, it would have looked like, that spray and wipe ad with the great Paula. What's her name? Paula Duncan.
Paula Duncan, yes.
5 kilometres. Anyway, I got my walkout, but there you go.
5Ks.
5Ks.
Cleaning is working out.
Correct.
Takeaway
There's
is
the lesson.
the big house.
That's a big house.
Want to see what happens in the studio? Check it out on Facebook. Follow Chrissy, Sam and Brownie.
It's Tom Gleason. He's a guy with red hair who's a comedian. It's Tom, and baby, he can turn you on.
Hello, Tom Gleason.
Good morning. I want to go and get a free coffee at that cafe. Sounds great.
Mate,
I'll go and make
How many people are going to be there?
700.
To be honest, there's going to be so many there that it would make me consider buying one just so I didn't have to queue up.
Correct. I'll make you a coffee after.
I'll turn up, so I'll go to the front of the queue, please. I'm going to pay.
Yes. You've got the edge.
Pay double.
I want to talk about Secrets of the Australian Museum. What
Yes.
is this? I love this.
Well, I'm doing it. It's a science program that's being done for the ABC, and we're looking behind the scenes at the Australian Museum. And so probably the most fascinating fact that I reveal in the show, this is Tuesday night on the ABC, is that only 1% of their collection is on display. Less than 1%.
Is that right?
And they have, so for every stuffed animal that you see in a case, there's like just thousands and thousands back in a warehouse. They've got over 22 million specimens. So I go to the warehouse and I'm like, oh, cool.
Where's
look
the
at that.
warehouse?
Oh, at an undisclosed location. Very
Really?
exciting, yeah. Because I don't want people breaking in there and stealing all their cool stuff.
So how big is this warehouse full of things?
It's massive. It's like, at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark, how they get the Ark of the Covenant and they say that they've got top men working on it right now and then they go and hide it in this giant warehouse. It's like that.
Oh, my God.
And so what
I'm
did
in.
you
I'm
see?
in.
Yeah, I'm in too. What
You
did
just see, well, they've just got everything collected there. I mean, some of it, to be fair, is probably stolen. But anyway, let's not get into that.
Any far lap leftovers?
Oh, I don't think there were Far Lap scraps. No, there were no Far Lap scraps.
Did you walk by? I'm assuming you were someone was there as you walked by and go, mate, that should be front of house. What's that doing back there?
You just see you just walk up and there's just like a whole just a kangaroo there, like taller than you. They've got some old megafauna in there. They've got canoes and stuff from other cultures in the Pacific, just all piled in there, beautifully catalogued. And it's just everywhere you look, there's just something cool to look at. It's actually better than the museum. I shouldn't say that. They don't want me to.
Too late.
But the storage facility is more exciting than the actual museum.
And we get a look behind the scenes
you get a
in
look
this
with
show.
me.
How long did it take you to walk through the storage facility?
Oh, shooting this thing took ages.
What if is it a possibility though that could be part 2 of a tour? Do you know what I mean? Like if you go to the museum for the 1%, how long could you actually walk through the storage facility with the 99%?
Well, I reckon it would just take you. It would take you forever. But I reckon that they can't let you in there though, because it's all like temperature controlled, and because you've got to store the stuff. It's got to last beyond our lifetime.
Yeah.
So they can't let the general public in there to ruin it.
I'm assuming you're making it a little bit funny as well, are you? This show?
I tried to keep it straight, but stuff came out. Because, see, I'm a comedian. I'm getting older. Eventually I'm going to be wanting to do Tom Gleason's train journey across Australia. So this was me auditioning for that style of show.
Yeah.
So I tried to keep it on a level, but every now and then funny stuff came out.
What was the most interesting piece of art or the most interesting collection, I suppose, that you came across?
Well, the most, the rock star of their collection that's behind the scene that they can't even put out on display because it's just too priceless is a Tasmanian tiger pup that's in ethanol. in a little jar.
So what's the point of having it if we can't see it?
Well, they put a duplicate on display, so you look at like a copy, which it says, but I got to look at the actual. I couldn't bring myself to hold it. Can you imagine dropping that in glass?
Well, Bang would have Friday night, walking in the steps with a tray of drinks.
Oh yeah, they just put it down, it smashes, then you step on it. Turns into a low rent episode of Mr. Bean. And you slip over on the actual pup. It's flattened.
I'm putting this in my diary. 8:30 tomorrow night.
Yes. Is it one off or a series?
It's a one-off. Yeah,
ABC.
It's an episode of Catalyst, which is the science program, but they've made it look like it's part of a series, but it's not. It's just a one-off. Don't get excited.
They're lying. How are you going in the country with this water?
Oh, our back paddock was flooded, which was very exciting news in my area. I live in a country town called Romsey. It's the kind of place where when things go wrong to your property, people like to turn up and point it out to you. They turn up in their car. G'day, Tom. Your back paddock's flooded. I think you've lost your fence. You've lost your fence, buddy, haven't you? Yeah, I have. No. Thanks, mate. Thanks. Oh, that's a shame. But they're happy.
Are you going to be one of these guys that when you rebuild the fence, you're going to put a flood marker there to say the 2022 level?
Oh yeah, the 2022 flood. Yeah. I'm thinking I might just leave the fence out now because I'm just inviting the floods in when they come back. And the exciting thing is I get everyone else's rubbish in my yard. That's the exciting part. Really? The rest of the town shit ends up in my yard. I love it, and I get to go through it. Whose is this? Oh, no, this is Doug's. Doug. Your crap's washed into my yard again. Yeah. Now you have to return it.
Jeez, you're busy,
Brady,
mate.
didn't a farmer find your premiership jumper in his yard?
One of them. He kept the other two, I reckon. Yeah, there's some farmers up in Queensland that have got no idea about AFL that currently hold most of my memorabilia from my career, including premiership collections.
Yeah.
So Gleeson, Secrets of the Australian Museum, 8:30 Tuesday. Hard quiz, 8 p.m. Wednesday. That strength to strength.
Yes.
Taskmaster, we can't really talk about that because that's coming later in the year, isn't
That's
it?
next year, 2023, yeah. I've come back to Channel 10. I've been slagging them off for like 7 years and they invited me back. How does that work?
They don't care.
They don't care.
You're a talent.
Oh, yeah.
You're a renegade.
The thing I wanted to also because whenever this comes up, the idea, Pete Hellier's podcast, You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet, where he gets people on to talk about a movie they haven't seen. Yes. You did one recently. What was your movie, may I ask?
The Hunger Games. We did it last night.
What did you think of The Hunger Games?
I really enjoyed it.
I really
I've never
enjoyed
seen
it too.
But I only watched it for the first time, which is the whole point of the podcast, the other day. And it's great because I've heard references to the Hunger Games for 10 years and I never knew what it was about. Hard Quiz came out and people are like, oh, this is the Hunger Games of quiz shows. And I'm like, I don't know what that means.
I think you
We're not hungry, we're doing a quiz.
What? The pop culture reference you'll use from that a lot is the tribute. The tribute. That's
I'd
the
heard
one
the
thing
tribute thing a lot. I didn't. Jennifer Lawrence was just this cool actor for some weird films I'd seen.
Yeah.
I didn't know she was a star of a major franchise.
I didn't.
Blew my mind.
I've never seen The Hunger Games. Isn't there? There's a lot of them.
I haven't seen The Hunger Games.
There's two or three.
Tom, everything you do is gold.
I've got one more question about Hard Quiz before we go, Dino. I know you're wrapping it up.
Let's go.
1 second. I follow you on Instagram and I see that you're very cranky that the block is beating Hard Quiz. I want to know, from your perspective, the inside
I was in a good mood.
Why? Why do more people watch the block?
I don't know.
Why?
Because of the conflict.
Yeah.
And it's all dummied up and it's all fake. Not like Hard Quiz where there's genuine tension in the room.
Look, he's
but
angry.
I need a cheating scandal or something like that.
Yeah.
The contestants to start sleeping with each other.
Yeah, I need them all to root. That's true. Yeah, I do. All of them.
Get them to build something as well during the show.
They need to build something. It drives me nuts. I don't know why people watch the block. And also, they film it near my house. It's annoying. out my way. Take all our tradies.
Doug watches the block, by the way. You know that.
He would watch it, yeah. He told me when he saw my fence knocked over. Your fence is knocked over from the floods, eh? That's annoying. Block's doing well, isn't it?
Tomorrow night, 8:30, is where you'll see Secrets of the Australian Museum. See all this weird stuff Tom finds in this mysterious warehouse. And Hard Quiz, 8 p.m. Wednesday.
Sounds so cool.
The idea that Doug comes down and says, the block's doing well in the key demographics, isn't it, Tom?
The demographics.
Good to see you, man.
Chrissy, Sam and Brownie.
I'm going to introduce you to Kyle Ferguson from Western Australia. He's a young 20-year-old who made an appearance on the steps of Perth's Central Law Courts on Friday to plead his case with local reporters. Now, the young stockman, as he's been described as in the article, he's in a little bit of strife. And I'm I'm going to introduce Kyle, and he's going to tell us a little bit about himself.
More of an outgoing bloke. I do get on the piss a lot, but normally I have a fun time on the piss. We go out to properties, we shoot shit, we do burnouts. You know, typical 20-year-old stuff.
Wow.
Are you in, Dana?
I am in. He goes and shoots shit.
Shoots shit.
Just typical 20-year-old stuff.
Good start from the young stockman. I'd love to get described as a young stockman.
Me too.
What happened to Kyle?
Yesterday I got a serve in the mail, and it's telling me I'm banned from basically every pub, club, or alcohol establishment here in WA for about a year, which is, I think it's kind of un-Australian, to be honest.
About a year?
About it, roughly.
Roughly.
Establishment.
Every single one in WA.
What has he done, Jonathan?
Every single one.
You got it.
He's holding the document as well. It's an official document from the West Australian Police.
He might want to check the date.
What does he look like?
The final score was, there he is, and he's got his hat on, so he's got the cowboy hat on the steps. He's got the King G sort of dark
so he's sponsored.
dark shirt on.
Being ambassador.
He looks like Carl Stefanovic 30 years ago.
He does. He's 20-year-old. He looks magnificent.
With a Barnaby Joyce hat on. Yeah?
He does, yes, the Barnaby Joyce hat on. Why did this happen at a Perth nightclub?
So this bloke said, look, mate, you can't come in here, not just because you're ID, just because you dress like a redneck. And it was like, oh, this is unfair. And he chucks me wallet and ID across the road, and he goes, what are you going to do about it? And the only reasonable thought going through my head was to hit him.
All right.
So,
Well, there's no other option, really, is there? Jesus.
so Kyle's turned up to the nightclub and I think was unfairly treated by the bouncer.
Sounds like
And it wasn't only about his fake ID.
No.
It was also
No, it wasn't the
a
fake
slight
idea.
on his fashion.
It was a slide on his fashion. He obviously had the cowboy hat on, the King G shirt on. I thought he looked fantastic, Swanee. But his ID was damaged because he'd had a motorbike crash. He crashed when he's doing burnouts to the boys, and it had sliced off the bottom corner of his ID.
Well, that could happen exactly. Shooting shit. He was shooting his ID, apparently. What else?
So he wasn't happy about it. Now, what does Kyle think about the ban?
I threw the first punch. To be honest, I did muck up, but it was my own mistake. But I don't think a ban for a year from every pub in WA is fair. I call that just an abuse of power.
He doesn't think it's fair. That's spelt with an F, in case you're wondering.
I hope he represented himself in court.
He did. He did represent himself in court.
But he wore a King G suit, though, don't worry.
And he brought up a few terms when he's introduced himself in court. Now, obviously, he's banned for 12 months. When asked about this, do you think now you'll get off the grog for 12 months? You'll stay off the alcohol? Oh, no. This was a strong response from Carl.
I love the square beer, the old sugarcane champagne a little too much to not give that up.
What is the sugar cane? Oh, that's Bundaberg rum.
Have you ever heard that before?
The
Sugarcane champagne.
Sugarcane champagne and the square bear, because the bottle is a square with a bear on it.
Did a lot of time in Queensland, Swanee. We drank a few Bundy and rums
Never
over the
heard
journey.
it.
I've never heard this term.
My mum's disappointed in me, Dad's disappointed, but that happens. But all my mates say I'm a bloody legend. I need to get it framed, and there's certainly 6 other states I can go to drink.
Mate, he's playing him on a break, Western Australian Police. He can ban me from every pub over there. I've got 6 other states, mate.
He's a survivor.
I've got 6 other states.
Do you know what I reckon he's going to end up doing? He's going to drive to, those border towns have really big pubs.
Yep.
And he's going to be just over the border.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's going to call the police to watch him drinking in a pub over the border in South Australia.
There's a little pub in Eucla, just right on the border of South
the
Australia.
one.
Unbelievable.
So the next time you go to a bar and order a drink, especially a Bundy and rum, make sure you order it this way.
I love the square beer, the old sugarcane champagne a little too much to not give that up.
Chrissy, Sam and Brownie.
The podcast.
Want some tropical stuff?
You want some? I've got it.
Yes.
Sense of the day, Monday, October 17. October 17, just like that.
Yes.
You're not far from your birthday, big fella.
Yeah, no, you're right.
It's the day before my sister's birthday.
Let's, actually, you know what? Let's lead with the big news. Is that Liam Neeson is set to star in a remake of The Naked Gun.
Come on! I can't stop thinking about it. And I've seen interviews with him. He's very dry and he's quite funny,
And
naturally funny.
that's worked, but that's why Leslie Nielsen worked as Frank Drebin, because he was a serious actor.
I was going to say,
And
was
then
he a dramatic actor
That's
before
right.
him, yeah.
Very exciting.
I've got a good feeling about it.
I do too.
I really want to go and watch Naked Gun.
Yeah, me too.
Don't I, you know?
Liam Neeson says it'll either finish my career or bring it in another direction. I honestly don't know. It's going to be produced by Seth MacFarlane, Dino, so it's in good hands.
And he's the family guy.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
Shepard and Echuca are going to brace for major flooding. We
spoke to Loretta from Shep this morning.
Yeah, well, we just, everyone just down here hopes that everyone around there is doing as best they can and is safe.
Because you look out in the weather, the blue skies doesn't necessarily mean you're not going to flood, because water takes time to build. Remember the 2011 floods in Brisbane when the town got absolutely smashed and decimated? It was a day like today. So you're just sitting there and waiting for it to happen.
I remember that
and it went
too.
off.
I know you'll never forget that, Brownie, because that's the day I think your moat overflowed that day, so that's a tough one for you.
It's hard to sandbag a moat.
You were at the Zada Sandbagger moat. There you go. Devin Haney defeated George Kambosos Jr., but you were there at the fight. There was fights
Say
yesterday.
it, George Ferocious Kambosos.
Ferocious Kambosos. You got to say both, 20. I wasn't there. I didn't even know it was on. But didn't you? You were a flag bearer again for someone.
Not someone. Jason and Andrew Maloney, twin brothers, obviously not fighting against each other in separate divisions, one step away from both being world champions in their own right, Sam. Which is very exciting. Local boys made good from Croydon, so let's get behind them. Champions.
Swanee, this is some sad news. Robbie Coltrane.
Yes.
Of course, people may know him as Hagrid from Harry Potter.
What?
Yeah, he passed away at the age of 72, Dino. I know.
Love that guy.
Also,
Can I tell you, I think you're about to say this, Sam, is your favourite incarnation of Robbie Coltrane Cracker?
no.
God, it was
I loved him.
great
Cracker.
show.
It's great.
I didn't watch Cracker, but I never forget him in James Bond GoldenEye.
Yes.
He played a weird Russian, ex-KGB.
He did, didn't he?
It was a weird role, but I liked it.
remember it.
And at one stage, he almost drowned in a tub of caviar. That's
What
what
a
I
way to
remember.
go.
The things you remember.
Forgotten
That's all
about
I'm
that.
saying. So that's some
Was he in
sad.
the Full Monty too? Ooh. I don't know. I felt like he was in the Full Monty. Anyway.
I'm going to try and see if I can watch Cracker anywhere, because I was reminded of how excellent that was.
Valet.
Durston won the Caulfield Cup. Is that right?
Yeah, he did.
Durston's a
Durston
horse.
won that.
Yep.
Yeah, great ride by Mickey D. Fantastic.
Mickey D.
Mickey D. Michael D. The jockey. It was one of the great rides in history. Through. So would have been given a nice little sling by the owners for that ride.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. This is not news, Brody. I don't know why you put this here. Nathan Buckley has stepped out with his new girlfriend. That's not news.
It is.
Is
Big
it?
news.
Swanee? That's ridiculous.
What's her name?
Well, it was at Melbourne Fashion Week. What's her name? Just says here she's a striking brunette.
They can look forward to being stalked by men they don't know, I'm sure, the paparazzi.
Hey, the Australian MotoGP was on. I just wanted to mention that the takeaway for me is that there was a corner, Swanee. Jack Miller is to have a corner at Phillip Island named after him. So there's this. So this is the down there.
Jack Miller's our current star. He's in the MotoGP.
He's his current star, and Turn 4 down at Phillip Island has been rebranded Miller Corner. That is a pretty. That's a wonderful.
It's pretty cool.
Acknowledgement of
while
a
he's still
star on the
racing.
right. Exactly, while he's still racing. But I've got some breaking news, John. The Brisbane Lions have immortalised our own Jonathan Brown up there at the Gabba.
Yes. Wasn't aware of
the
this.
stand at the Vulture Street end has been renamed the Jonathan Brown stand due to the fact that's where you sat for the last 2 years of your career. Number 1 in your hearts, seat number 34, row H in your program.
Yes. I hope it's a different colour seat as well.
That's what they did up there at the Gabba. They renamed
Mate, that
it.
took you an hour to write that joke. It's an embarrassment.
Well
You'd want to go a little bit better
Just saying
on the comedians tour.
I'm just saying that they renamed us.
Yeah, no, we do.
Do you want to see what this looks like? Well, get the visuals on Instagram. Follow Chrissy, Sam and Brownie. Mystic Chrissy.
Straight away, I see Bali with you.
I went to Bali like a month ago.
In terms of coffee, you like an iced coffee?
Yes, I do.
I've circled the word gym.
I'm a personal trainer.
Is fortune coming your way? I'm going to say no.
What will she predict next?
Mary, I am going to ask you a question at the end of your reading, so just keep that in mind.
Correct. All right.
Hello, Mary.
Hello, Chrissy. How are you?
Good. I've been getting messages from the other side all morning. And I'm just going to say, I can see a small white dog.
I want one.
Right.
She ran over one yesterday. So, Mary, I just want to, Swanee, how much involvement do you want? Because I don't want to get in the way of your mystic powers, but am I in on
Mary,
that?
I think we all agree that Sam's input and everyone's input is welcome.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it didn't sound that.
Mary,
Thank you, John.
I can see dolphins around you as well. Like someone with a dolphin tattoo or... No? Might be someone around you.
She was attacked by one at SeaWorld at 7.
Maybe Mary's got a full Brazilian that makes it look like a dolphin.
Oh, really? Jeez.
What?
She loves Flipper.
You're saying attacked, though, at the age of 7 and it's been scarred since...
Mate, the trauma.
Yeah, okay.
The sound it made.
I like that.
They're not friendly.
No. I'm going to go through this list of stuff. You are not into boxing.
No.
I can see a fishing trip with your dad.
My dad's passed away, unfortunately.
Yes, but did you have... No. Did you ever go on a fishing trip with your dad?
No, unfortunately. Yeah.
The opportunity for that has passed, obviously.
Goodness me.
White with one.
Nah, no sugar.
Just warming up.
Italy/Rome.
Oh, I've been to Rome, yes.
And did you love Rome?
It was okay.
Just hold on a sec. Just hold on. Why was it just okay in one of the most beautiful cities in the world, Mary?
Oh, I preferred Greece, really.
She liked more on her pizzas.
Very interesting.
Didn't load them up enough.
Load 'em.
I've written down Lionel Richie and John Farnham.
Lionel Richie, yeah. John Farnham, yeah.
Slept with them both.
Actually, they toured
Lucky
together.
woman.
Did you see them together, maybe?
I saw neither, unfortunately. Maybe that's the connection.
Maybe.
It's Lionel Richie and John Farnham. I've seen neither of them. Yep, that's good enough for me.
And that's the connection.
That's the connection.
What about the name Ken?
Ken.
Yeah.
He used to be my old boss.
Is he okay?
Many years ago.
Is he all right?
I don't know, actually.
Maybe call Ken today, Mary. Maybe call
Maybe.
Ken.
Yeah.
Chuck him a text.
Check in on him.
Yeah.
I can see lasagna around you. I can see chili.
Yeah, I love both.
Okay, good. And Richmond Football Club. And then I saw Collingwood Football Club.
Yes, Collingwood. Oh, my
Right.
God.
Okay. After you were talking about your dad, I was like, oh, no, it's not Richmond,
it up.
it's Collingwood.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
your dad a Collingwood supporter? Mary?
Yeah, you could say that, yeah.
You could, or you could just give us the right answer. No, wait, what about this? What does Mary do, Swanee?
It's a great question. I've written down ER here. I can see nursing or something like that.
No.
Do you have to wear a uniform?
No.
Drug dealer.
HR. No, wait, let me see if I can get this. Hang on. Just let me concentrate.
You're a wrestler.
Some sort of lecturer or teacher?
No, but I wanted to be a teacher.
That's the connection.
What do you do?
Dreams don't always come true, do they, Mary? That's the lesson there.
What do you do?
I work for a property valuation firm.
Evaluate this segment.
It's on the slide. All right, Mary, what is your question?
My question, is the weather going to get better by the end of the week? I'm really stressing.
Mary? Yes. Yes, it is. And that is nothing to do with my gift. I've got an app called Willy Weather, and that's what told me.
Oh.
Mary, hey, you got 6 bottles of wine from Zonzo as well, aside from that magical reading.
Call Ken, Mary. Call Ken.
I shall.
Call Ken before it's too late, Mary. That's all I'm saying.
This is the Chrissy, Sam and Brownie podcast. Melanie Bracewell. You may have seen her on The Cheap Seats, Last Dad Standing, or part of the South Yarra FNC netball team that won the Division A4 Grand Final. Or most likely you could see her on Have You Been Paying Attention, 8:30 tonight on 10. Here's Mel.
Hi, Mel.
Wow, Last Dad Standing was a deep cut.
What's that?
It was a show I did like just before lockdown, I think, in New Zealand that was like on the budget of about $12. And it was in a boxing ring. And I got dads to do jokes to each other. And then it was for charity. It was nice. It was good.
Last Dad Standing.
Those charities got all that $12. That's
Any
amazing.
good dad jokes?
I think most of them from Google, I'd say. I reckon some of them Googled them on the way there. Yeah.
They do that with Sam's jokes are funny on a Wednesday.
So you are on Have You Been Paying Attention tonight with our friend Sam Pang. You were on last night. You were on,
Sam
you're
Pang,
on
that's your
tonight?
Yeah, I was on last night, and also Ed, of course, Mel, Amanda Keller, Mick Malloy.
Fabulous.
And we were just saying how wonderful it was because the guest quizmasters, Mel, were Billy Eichner and Luke McFarlane from the new movie Bros. Well, no, it's out soon. It's out soon. And that was so great.
So fun. Yeah.
Just like big names, you know what I mean? Like the cheap seats. You know, you get the big names.
Yeah, exactly. We get Daniel Doody. It's good.
Do you know Daniel Doody's funny?
Yeah.
He's so
from
funny.
the great Love
He's
Boat.
so lovely.
The real Love Boat.
Okay, before the
new
real
Love Boat.
Before the real Love Boat, did
He
you
was
know
on
him?
Studio 10.
Okay, so you know it.
Yes.
Because I when I saw Mel yesterday before at that show, I could not stop talking about Daniel Doody.
I love
on
his name.
On the cheap seats last week. He was wild.
Yeah, he we had heard he'd have some props, and we were like, okay, great. And so we the interview was wrapping up, and we're like, he hasn't brought the props out, but, it's kind of been the time. All right, let's think. He goes, no, wait. He gets out a bra with tassels on it and just starts dancing in a bra.
What music would he have been playing?
Sam does that all the time when I go over to his place.
That was the worst part. No,
I did that this morning.
They go round and round.
Inspired by Doody.
Yeah, and so he he had found a clip from me on the project in New Zealand from about 4 years ago where I did that because I was promoting like a drag show, drag cabaret show. And yeah, he did that, and then he gave us framed photos of himself, which was gorgeous. It's actually on my entertainment unit right now.
Stealing your moves,
So
Granny.
did you say he was on the real Love Boat?
Yeah, so he
Yes.
wasn't a contestant. He's like a entertainment coordinator.
Cast member.
And on the real Love Boat, I was interested in the Channel 10 upfronts, which you went to last week.
I did,
Star
yeah,
is
that
just
was
front
fun.
and centre.
Star of the show.
Yeah.
And what did you think about the decision to start the night off with the real Love Boat as the star attraction of the upfront?
Yeah, well, it hadn't aired at that point. And it wasn't even. It was, but
Had it aired the night before,
aired
Mel?
the
I
night
had it.
before.
Yeah.
Oh, crap! I must have missed it.
I've got a question about the upfronts. You posted that free popcorn and summer rolls. I didn't get any catering like that. There was a lunchbox, wasn't there?
There was a lunchbox, and then there was like
Now, a summer roll, are you talking about the Europe summer rolls, the coconut-covered summer rolls?
No, I'm talking a summer roll that
Thank you.
it's like a Vietnamese the rice paper rolls.
Oh, yeah.
Those guys.
I've never heard them referred to as a summer roll, and I was going to have a debate with you about what is better, the Europe summer roll or the Europe nougat honey log.
Oh, okay.
And there is a
Interesting.
clear winner, but I just wanted your opinion.
Okay.
Do you know the Europe
I
summer
don't know
roll?
if I think I can put it in my brain. I think you can get them at like the dairies in New Zealand.
Yes, milk bars, yes.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know
Your
what the
homework is to go
I'm so
to the
sorry.
servo and
Okay.
get a summer roll
Okay.
and a nougat honey log, one of each.
Okay.
And then eat them and let me know which one
I
is
will report
superior.
back.
Your choice,
I
Lonnie.
will.
Thank you. No, I'm not going to lead the witness.
Last night, Mel, you were, after the record, you were off to the Melbourne. You were all excited. You were
Oh,
off
my
to the Melbourne
gosh.
Fashion Week.
Yes,
What
it
does
was.
that mean? Because I was saying, what are you doing and where are you
never
going?
been.
No, I wasn't strutting. I was like in the audience, doing the polite applause.
Like, were you front? Was you on the front?
It was so awkward though because I I went there and I was like, oh, I think I'm supposed to be on the list. And they're like, yeah, for 9 p.m. Like, they must have bumped me to the later one. And they're like, oh, if you just stand here awkwardly for 15 minutes, then maybe we can squeeze you in. But they're like, we can only sit you down at the last second just in case, someone from the block comes. And
then Scott Cam walked right in.
I know. It was just like, so I just stand there for so long. And I wasn't dressed I didn't realise that people dress up just to watch as well. So
yeah, see, I don't know anything about Melbourne Fashion
People
Week.
are like, what are you wearing? I was like, Glassons. It was too.
So seriously, you found, you got a seat.
I did get a
And then
seat.
You sit there and seriously, do they just walk? How
They
long
walk
do they?
past.
For how long?
Like half an hour.
And what brands was it? Was there stuff
it was
that you wanted?
Arj,
Oh, yes.
Leo Lynn, Alice McCall,
Fancy names.
These are big names.
You see Bucks and his new girlfriend there?
No, who's that? I'm confused.
I asked Sam and he didn't know either.
Why would Mel know who Bucks is?
Who else is on tonight? Have you been paying attention?
Mick Malloy, Amanda Keller, Ed and Sam.
Can we
said that
and
earlier.
also plug the cheap seats tomorrow night too?
Yeah,
Tuesday
it's
night's
true.
a bit of a, what are we doing on Tuesday night? I'm telling you.
We do have a big guest on Tuesday. We've got Bill Bailey on Tuesday, so it's going to be awesome.
Wonderful.
Fabulous.
He's a sweetheart.
All right.
Mel, good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you guys too.
Ever wondered what happens in the studio? Check out Chrissy, Sam and Brownie on Instagram.
Chrissy, Sam and Brownie on Nova 100. Our podcast today being a bunch of fun.
Well, Sam just asked me whether we were playing golf on Wednesday. Unless you got a canoe, Sam. We won't
Oh,
be
really?
playing
Is it,
golf.
but Mr. Chrissy told...
Listen.
No, the Kew Golf Club underwater, Swanee.
Oh, right, okay.
Off-air conversations, mate. Don't bring them on
Where
air.
the
all right?
Yarra, where the Yarra is, where the 12th fairway is, now looks like the Yarra River.
Shivers.
But we did mention, just want to tidy up quickly, we did mention the Christian Petrarca, the Melbourne champion.
Yeah.
He's just proposed to his
Yes,
girlfriend.
happy times.
Engaged now.
Yeah.
And that sort of reminded me of when we met Christian Petrarca a few years ago. I was down at Sorrento, Sam and myself on another golf trip. I was wading in the shallows, like a little bit of a...
That's what you do in the shallows. You know that they do. You wade.
Yeah.
I was sort of wading in the shallows, like a bit of a recovery session, if you will.
Sure.
With Glennie Robbins after we'd finished our round of golf. He's doing a few Russell Coyne impersonations for him.
I've never been more envious.
What was he wearing?
He was in Budgie Smugglers.
Yeah, Budgie Smuggler. Absolutely.
Astonishing decision at a man of his age.
He's in great nick.
So picture you two in nature.
In nature, and Christian Petrarca walked out there to do his own recovery session after probably a 10K session with the Melbourne Demons. Yeah, that are deep in pre-season. He had footy shorts on.
Sure.
I had board shorts on, and there's Glennie Robbins in his Budgie Smugglers. So just all three of us just standing there in the shallows of Sorrento.
Challenging Christian Petrarca to maintain eye contact. I bet.
There's no doubt.
My eyes are up here.
Christian Petrarca would have done everything in his power to just lock in to Glenn or your eyes, because otherwise, how could you not? If Glennie Robbins is sitting there, standing in front of you in the shallows,
Yes.
in his dick top,
it was
how are you not
unbelievable.
just
A quick glance.
Glance at the sleeping budgie.
He had the wandering eye,
Budgie's
Swanee.
dead.
I could tell
Let's
his
not sleep
eyes.
in that budgie. That's dead.
It's a dead budgie.
See you tomorrow.
What he's Dumb and Dumber. Bye.
Chrissy, Sam and Brownie. Ripper Show will be back tomorrow. Chrissy, Sam and Brownie. Oh, unless it's a weekend.
Nova 100.